It's funny. We watched Sam Bennett's incredible postseason and, just incredible. He was here. You got to watch his development. I think he had like 5 coaches. Like you talk about continuity there. Mm-hmm. When you look back at Sam and what could have been, or maybe what wasn't going to happen, like how do you make sense of that? And, given hindsight 2020 and looking back and the perspective that the management team didn't have then, like what can you learn from that?
Well, I can learn. I mean, the one thing is we drafted Sam as a center. We drafted him as exactly what he's doing right now.
Yeah.
And we never put him in a position to do that. And that was on us, except in the playoffs,
right?
when he was excellent for us also. And we gave him a few chances. The one probably coach that probably believed or, felt like, okay, we're going to do this with Sam was Bob Hartley. That first year. I think he had 18 goals that year.
Backlund's line.
Yeah, on Backlund's line. And I think there was going to be a progression, and then we made the coaching, we make a coaching change, and then everything changes. Everybody sees everybody a little differently, and that's the thing. We can't afford to do that. We have to find out exactly what our players are and what we believe they're going to be, because when you see him in the playoffs, he was the best finishing checks, doing exactly what he's doing right now.
Yeah.
He went to Florida and they put him on the second line with Jonathan, and away he went. And now he's doing what he's doing. So, you always want to do over but we didn't figure out exactly what he was. So I think that's important moving forward to make sure we know exactly what our players are and be right. A heck of a lot more than we want to be wrong. But Sam was the highest pick we've ever had here. But
how much pressure did he feel? Because he never, the opportunity wasn't given. Well, he didn't take anyone's job. And we talk about it, it's like, how about you go make it impossible for the coach to not play you at 2C? He didn't do that.
Yeah. No, and that's true too. But still, sometimes you have to give a little bit.
Yeah.
You have to give.
We talked about it, not to throw anyone under the bus, but Jeff Ward asked before the start of the season, what is Sam Bennett? Where is he playing? Playing center. And it lasted for about a week. And then he was on the wing, and then he was down a line, and then it was essentially over.
Yeah, and then that was history. Yeah, I mean those are good things for us to learn and take from above, and especially when we believed in Sam when he was here, and we just hadn't seen it, and then you make the trade, and it felt like overnight when he went to that second line center.
He went on a heater right away.
He got to play with Jonathan, like I said, and he was excellent. So. Those are good learning things for us. So, we can't afford to make those mistakes with young kids.
Hey, buddies, thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Also, if you could throw in a like and subscribe, it does help us out with what it is we are doing. And check out more at flamesnation.ca.